Everyone, and welcome to Tarot Thursday. I'm your host, Reverend Mary Hawk, and with me is my co host, Reverend Bryan. And we are here to do three card readings. If you want to post your questions in chat, we'll also do a little chit chat. And how are you this evening, Bryan? Thank you for joining me.
Well, it's Thursday and it's gonna snow here tomorrow, so probably gonna be inside for a couple days.
Yes, I have been inside for several days because even though I live in Tennessee, we're snowed in.
I didn't know it did that in Tennessee.
It doesn't usually. Hey, Michael, how are you?
Oh, my knee's okay, Michael. Just doing the physical therapy. So every day is leg day.
He was talking about what a wonderful, sweet person his PT physical therapist is and how much he loves physical therapy before we came on.
Oh yes, it's delightful.
Yeah, we have had snow on the ground since Sunday here.
It snowed Tuesday, but it was very light. And they guesstimated, my favorite meteorologist friend of mine guesstimated we should get between 1 and 3 inches tomorrow. And I sent my lovely meteorologist friend a text message that he is no longer my favorite for the foreseeable future.
Well, we really have no snow removal equipment. They brined the roads, but it didn't do much good because the temperatures were like down in the teens and single digits. And Michael says PT equals pain and torture.
Facts.
I think Michael must have had PT post surgery at some point.
I think we would agree with that. At least I would. So
So,
if you enjoy inflicting pain on people, go become a physical therapist. All
yeah.
right, Mary, would you like to do our public service announcement about the rules?
Yes, okay. We do not give you medical advice. We're not doctors. We don't give you legal advice. We're not lawyers. We can't predict the outcome of the election. We don't have the map of the states. We're not news anchors. And we can't predict what's going on with world conflicts.
I would love to be that guy on CNN with his big map that gets to color on things and tap it and make it different colors. That's like my favorite guy.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing to watch.
One of my internships when I was in college was to write talking points at a news affiliate.
Oh, that must have been interesting.
It was. It's the perfect hybrid of political science and journalism.
I'm sure. So, if anyone's got a question for us, go ahead and post it in chat.
My cards keep wanting to jump out of my hands.
Meanwhile, I have enjoyed colder temperatures here in Tennessee this week than Bryan has in New York.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least your internet's working this week.
Yes, the internet seems to be doing well so far. And I am very fortunate we have not had a power outage or an internet outage.
How much
We
snow
have,
did you get?
uh, well, we measured 6 inches on a little over 6 inches on our property.
Okay.
which is not much to the people up north. Just bear in mind it froze and we don't have snow plows, we don't have salt trucks, etc. And most of the people around here can't really drive in it.
I mean,
So, you know,
In New York City, people don't shovel well. So even like I said, that little bit of snow, which was maybe an inch, when if you don't catch it right away, it turns to ice. And I took a little, uh, you know,
yeah, yeah,
my butt sat on the sidewalk at one point last week.
not good, not good at all. So,
No,
yeah, so yes, all the footage of people in Nashville stuck in the snow, it's real, folks. And people will point out, Mary, you lived in New England for 3 years. Yes, I did. Yes, I can drive in the snow. Yes, I can still die because someone else can't drive in the snow.
I was gonna say, usually it's nothing to do with your ability to drive in it if you know how. It's the people around you.
You know, it can be anywhere from I go in a ditch and sit there for hours to I die. So I still don't get out in the snow if I don't have to. But
What
does
is
anyone have a
what does Hella
question
think of the
for
snow?
me? Now, while we're waiting, do you want to do a general poll for me for the next week, Brian?
Sure. What does Hella think of the snow while I shuffle?
When we were down in like the single digits and the teens, she was not happy about it. She just ran out, did her business, and came back in. Now, when we got up into the 20s, she was more apt to play in it.
She was like, what is this?
And then she was messing around in the snow and sniffing around this evening, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I saw a mouse run off under the fence into the neighbor's yard. And I'm like, oh, she knew a mouse was there.
Uh oh. All right. So we've got two majors and the two of cups. The first card I pulled is the two of cups. So emotional partnerships are being made. We've got temperance, which is about taking something that's not working and making something new out of it with
Okay.
partnerships. And the devil, which I would take as leaning into some of the more risque things. So that is all to say, whatever it is going on in your head that you're working on, keep doing it. Do the thing.
All right.
All right.
And you want to do a spread for you since we still don't have any
If we don't have
questions?
anybody, go for it. And I'm going to go annoy some people and tell them we're online.
All right. And if anybody wants a reading, just go right ahead and post in chat. That's what we're here for.
Let's see if any of the other boys want to come hang out with us. Ta-da. All right.
Okay, I can see how many people are watching us. I know you're out there, so post a question, folks.
We are not prepared to have a talk show. So, oh, there you go, Michael.
All right, let me finish with Brian's and we'll do Michael.
Yep.
All right, so I've got the Three of Lamps. And this is talking about working in community for the good of all.
Definitely doing lots of
Then
that.
I've got the King of Lamps. And this is talking about perfecting your magic or your spiritual path. But I'm feeling more like in your case, we're talking magic right now. And then finally, I've got the Princess of Swords. And this is talking about precision and communication, which is not a hard one for you.
No, I get it though.
Yeah. All right. So now we've got a general reading from Rev Michael. Hey, Anissa. Is that Valentine's Day in your question?
That is the feminist Valentine's Day. Yes.
Okay. Just clarifying.
As for March 14th, which is, steak day.
All right. What have we got for Michael?
Cards.
You're in a rare form tonight, Bryan.
Well, we're a little sore and it's not painkiller time yet, so we have to come up with cheesy ways to deflect. I can go first if you like.
You can go first.
So the first card I have for you, Michael, is the Five of Cups. Now the Five of Cups is about your emotions. However, with this card, it's about more reflecting on some more painful emotions, some experiences that haven't gone well, setbacks, disappointments, that sort of thing, and getting perspective from them. Now, the next card I pulled is the Six of Cups, which is usually about inner child nostalgia and work. So I feel like you're going to be doing some shadow work over some childhood traumas in the week to come. And then the third card I have is the Five of Wands, which is also about rivalry and diversity. So I would say this week is just a really good time to do some inner child work around things that in the past that were triggering that you've overcome, or the adversity that you've overcome, and just use this week to really focus on that.
All right. So the first card I've got for you is Strength. And Michael, did I pull Strength for you last week? I think I did. Bryan agrees. I did. So this is talking about having the resources you need to handle the situation at hand. And then I've got the Two of Cups, which is talking about an emotional relationship. Could be a romantic one, or it could just be a close friendship. And then finally, I've got the King of Pentacles, which is talking about having resources and using them wisely. So you have the ability to do what you want to do. You have the people in your court to do what you want to do, and you have the ability to do it. So go do it.
That's what you said last week.
Okay, Michael, go do it. All righty. And Anissa, good to see you. And Anissa is asking if she will find a job by Valentine's Day. Then we got a question by Josie. All right, I think it's my turn to go first.
Yes, it is.
So the first card I've got for you is the Emperor. And the Emperor talks about temporal things, the physical world, and a lot of times the cycles of time. So just remember whatever is going on right now, it's not going to last forever. So if you're having a difficult time, things won't always be difficult. If things are going well, save some money back because things won't always be going well. The next card I have right now is the Five of Wands. And this shows you've got some opposition in your way right now. So be aware of that. And then the next card I pulled is the Seven of Swords, which means you're feeling like you're fighting an uphill battle. And those cards did not look very good. So I pulled one more card and I got the Sun. So while you're feeling like you're fighting and there's a lot of opposition right now, keep up with what you're doing to find another job, and it is looking good that you will have one by Valentine's Day. Over to you, Bryan.
Oh, look who came to say hi.
Hi,
Well,
Elvis.
so the first card I have is the High Priestess, which means that you should trust your expanding intuition and go where you think you need to go. That is to say that there are jobs out there. However, the Hierophant says that lots of people like yourself are competing for the same job. So, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Continue to apply, apply, apply. And the Ten of Swords speaks to sort of maybe not in the time frame of by Valentine's Day, but if you continue to do the work and not give up, there will be a job. But I'm not seeing it by Valentine's Day. But I would say that being persistent, that is a possibility.
So I hope that's helpful, Anissa. Hi, Zella. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And Michael, you are welcome. And Josie wants to know if we can give them some guidance on what their spiritual gift is and how they can identify it.
By pulling cards, or do they want the answer?
Well,
Sorry.
let's pull some cards and see what happens.
Oh, there she is.
Hi, Elvis. How's my favorite New York kitty?
Say I'm very hungry. Is the show over yet?
Yes, I know. Your daddy just starves you.
She loves sitting on my notebooks, though. That's the funny part, because it looks like she's reading. Okay. Well, that's interesting. It's my turn to go first.
It is.
So, Josie, the first card I pulled is the Nine of Swords. Now, traditionally, the Nine of Swords is around anxiety, worry, and distress. So, the first thing that comes to mind when talking about someone's gifts are that you're naturally able to help someone work through periods of anxiety and stress, whether it's how you speak or what kind of verbiage you use. You have a very calming effect on people. Second card is the Magician, which is obviously around magic and manifestation. So I would say that you are extremely accurate in manifesting the things you want, or maybe accidentally manifesting the things you don't want because you're unaware that you are putting those things out in the universe. Now, the third card I pulled is the Three of Swords, which also says that you yourself have had some heartbreak and traumatic experiences that are sort of more empowering than sad and depressing. So that is all to say that whatever your gifts are naturally in the mundane world, they are also to be used for your spiritual gifts. So the way I actually what I was going to say before I pulled cards is that usually in magical practices, your mundane gifts are also your spiritual gifts.
Okay. So the first card I've got for you is the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm going to say this card is usually taken as a woman who's got everything she needs in the material realm. I'm going to say you are capable of manifesting what you need in a given situation, which is magic. So you have that ability. The next card I've got for you is the Hanged Man. In this deck, it specifically shows Odin hanging on Yggdrasil to receive the wisdom of the runes. So, if you want to know more about your spiritual gifts, this card is counseling meditating and asking for spiritual guidance, which is honestly what I would have said without pulling a card.
Ta-da!
And finally, I've got the Six of Wands, which means attaining what you are working for. So, yes, my advice is to meditate and ask Spirit to reveal your gifts to you and to look for signs. And then when you get a sign, don't say, oh no, that's not a sign. It is a sign. Because if you ask for a sign and ignore it, you get a bigger sign. And if you ignore that one, you get a bigger sign. And finally, the universe just hits you over the head with a sign you can't miss.
And then you walk into the Hollywood sign.
You know. So when you ask for a sign, be prepared to get one.
Really, you really just want us to break out in song, don't you?
Nobody wants me to break out into song. My father didn't want me to call him and sing to him on his birthday.
Oh boy.
He said, honey, thank you for the birthday wishes, but that's enough. You are welcome, Josie. And we are caught up now. Does anybody else have questions for us?
I mean, I always have questions. I want to play with my new cards.
Is this the Oracle deck or the...
Yeah, this is the Oracle one.
Okay, do you want to pull a few cards for me with the Oracle deck? We'll break it in.
And with instructions. What kind of world is this?
Well, some people want instructions with a deck. I know you don't.
But you got 5 cards of instructions. Like, what? Oh, do you want to bless these ones, Elvis?
Did Elvis sneeze on them?
No, she tapped them. Apparently she likes Aphrodite. I don't know what to say about that one.
When I bought the Jesus board, the Jesus like Ouija board.
Yep.
And we were going to try it out at my friend's house. Her cat hopped up on the table, looked it over, and sneezed on it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not instructions. It tells you what the artwork is. Thank God.
Oh,
Okay. So the first card I pulled is springtime. It says
hot.
it says, "My beautiful child, the answer to your question has to do with springtime. This also marks a time of having fun. Be open and playful like a child. This also means unexpected change for the better and adventurous times." Then I pulled sadness. Now, these cards all have classic Victorian esque imagery around Aphrodite and
Okay.
all of her folk. So, sadness says, "My dear child, I see and feel your pain. Whatever that is, take your time to fully heal. It's okay to be the only one with yourself at this time. Just don't dwell in it for too long. The sun will shine again." Oh. And then I pulled an extra one because I just wanted to see it, and I got commitment. Now, they all start apparently with "my dear child." So, my dear child, congratulations. You found or are about to find someone that has serious intentions. This comes as a natural result of being loyal and true to yourself. Celebrate this next step in your life, and this is a sign of true love and devotion. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
These are big.
They are huge.
I kind of like them.
I'm working on that last one. I mean, hubby and I have been together 19 years.
Oh, these are really nice.
Sadness, I get. Spring.
Springtime. You got springtime. Ooh. Oh. Okay, now I understand how these are laid out.
Oh,
These are
okay.
cool.
They
Oh,
are.
can't show that one on camera.
You can read it.
It's the Fatal Femme, so just use your imagination.
Okay.
Yep. These are very nice.
All right. Does anyone else have a question for us?
Still waiting on the answer to the meaning of life, but
42.
Yeah. Not for maybe I'll understand it when I'm 42. I don't know.
I mean, you ask a nerd the meaning of life, we're always going to say 42.
I know, and the answer I've always had for that response is, all right, well then maybe I'll understand the meaning of life at 42. Just haven't gotten there yet. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay. So they give you 5 bonus cards. One is to tell you what all the artwork is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we have Aphrodite and a seashell. Bryan, I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Apparently, I hit the button when I put the cards down. Then they give you a card with 2 spread ideas on it, and then just the title card. So that's 5 cards right there.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
it's a beautiful deck.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, this was the bonus to the Kickstarter for the Tower of Aphrodite, which I've had a lot of fun with this week.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, seems to be a slow night in the metaverse.
Yes.
We're
Does
done with
anyone
it.
else want a reading from us?
You don't want us to sing. We've learned that one.
Well, maybe they want you to sing. They
Oh,
don't want me to sing.
I don't think they want either one of us to sing.
Okay.
Elvis, it's not time yet. No.
And Hella is always kicked out when I am live.
Probably for the best.
Yes, she's vocal.
If Jay hadn't already gone to bed, I probably would have sent her in there tonight, but he is asleep.
Yeah, he does not deserve Kitty Olympics.
She somehow managed to scratch him here one night. We
Oh,
don't know how.
all right. Well, here is the last call for readings, and if nobody wants to take us up on it, then I guess we will say good night.
Going once, going
All right.
twice.
Well, thank you,
Thank you.
Josie.
Usually these last a little longer, but
They do.
maybe with the letter. Oh, JoJo's here.
Okay, Jojo wants a reading. Do you have a specific question?
All right. I'm gonna take that as a general,
Okay,
and I believe your turn to go first.
it is. Okay, Jojo. First card I've got for you is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups talks about being balanced with your emotions, being in a situation where you're enjoying the present, you're aware of your emotions, but you're not being led by your emotions. Next card I've got for you is the Prince of Swords. And swords are the suit of air, and princes are about air. So there's a lot of air in this situation. He's kicking up a lot of clouds here. Swords are also about communication. So what I'm getting here is be sure you're communicating clearly and to the point. Don't It's easy to be unfocused right now. So be careful you are focusing on what you need to say. And then finally, I've got the Fool, which is the beginning of the first card of the major arcana. So this means you're completing a cycle and you're starting something new in your life. And it also means you're standing at a point of infinite possibility. There are many directions you can take at this point. So choose wisely.
That's all you got?
Yep, that's what I got.
Cool. So the first card I have, JoJo, is the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands is about knowing that you're comfortable where you're at, but knowing that you need to explore in order to grow and in order to continue your path forward. So the Two of Wands is not about being comfortable, but knowing that you've stayed the course and now it's time for you to go out on your next journey. The next card I pulled is the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is actually about your home and your foundation being solid. Again, you've done everything you need to do in that space, and now it's time for you to go branch out and do the same thing in a new space. The third card that I pulled is the Moon. Now, the Moon is about reflection. It's about looking inward and, you know, taking that time to really think about strategically where you want to go. So that's all to say that things are changing for you in a good way. But you need to spend some time sort of really making those tough decisions and deciding in which direction you want to go. And because it's JoJo, I'm going to have my Lord Don moment of the day and pull one more card. And that is the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Pentacles are about money and material gain. And the Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving and sharing your knowledge and those tools that you have with others. So this might feel like a solo mission, but it also might include others. So, you know, take some time to think on that. And I hope that was helpful.
Also, he said the same thing I said.
That's what she said. It just
Doesn't always happen that way, but sometimes it does.
sometimes we do it by getting the same card. Sometimes we get the same place by getting different cards.
Hi, Maria. Thank you. This is one I'm rather fond of. Of
I
course, I
love
have.
your full moon hat.
Yeah, I'm rather fond of it, but I have many I'm rather fond of. Hi, Elvis.
Elvis, you're glowing. You look evil.
Well, Elvis is a cat.
She's hitting the reflection just right where she's reflecting.
Yes, Elvis is reflecting. Okay, does anyone else want a reading?
Elvis, what do you think about these cards? Good job. Did I ever show you my Oh yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Do you have a specific question, Maria?
Alrighty.
So I guess we're doing a general.
Oh, she needs clarity on her career.
All right.
Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Okay. Just making sure. So the first card I pulled is the Two of Cups. This card has come up a couple times tonight for people. This is about partnership, and since we're talking about careers, it sounds like there's a partnership in your career that is working better than some of your others. However, the second card that I pulled is the Tower, which says there is ensuing chaos coming. Um, that doesn't necessarily mean a bad bit of chaos, but definitely a moment of thinking: do you run into the fire, or do you wait for the fire department to come? And then the third card I pulled is the Fool, which actually shows that while in your career path, whether it's your current job, your career is a good place to be, but the place where you're working at might not be the most suitable, and there is something new on the horizon that you should explore. And then I'm going to pull one more, just because. And that is the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is about teamwork and partnerships and collaboration. So that's all to say that I think your career is well suited for you, but your establishment of work needs to change. But the natural path of your work is pretty solid. I think you just need a change of environment office wise.
So the first card I've got for you is the Two of Pentacles. And we see a young sculptor learning under the direction of an old sculptor. So I'm going to say that perhaps you need to be looking for a mentor at this point. Then I've got the Two of Cups, which indicates a more reciprocal, equal relationship. So be building your networks. Then I've got the Nine of Swords, and this card is sometimes called the Ghastly Nightmare. Whatever you're afraid of is going to happen. You're going to have to face it. However, if you face it full on, it's not going to be as bad as you think it will be. And then I pulled one more card when that one came up, and I got the Empress. And the Empress is a card of good fortune. It's a card of nurturing. It's a card of growth. So even though you're afraid of something and that something is coming, on the other side of it is a positive outcome. So start networking and start preparing. But there is something good on the horizon for you. So I hope you find that helpful. And I am going to take a moment to point out that what we have scrolling at the bottom, you are welcome, is that Pagan World TV was nominated in 2 categories for the Witchcraft and Occult Media Awards. Our YouTube station, Magic TV, was nominated for Outstanding Vlog or Vidcast. And the short movie, Journey to the Parliament by Sir Ed Hubbard, was nominated for Exceptional Video. So if you enjoy watching us, please go to the link at the bottom of the screen and vote for us in those 2 categories. There are also several other nominees and lots of other categories. So we do encourage you to please check them out and vote there as well. But please do vote for Magic TV and Journey to the Parliament. We would really appreciate your support.
Where did you go?
And does anybody else have a question for us this evening?
Well, we got slightly longer than I thought we were going to get for a bit, which is good.
We did. Hey, Renee. I'm sorry you've had bad luck this week. Are you asking for a reading? Yes, we can read and see if your luck is going to change.
I shuffled my cards and they went facing inward to each other instead of shuffling.
Is it my turn to go first, I think?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, Renee, the first card I get for you is the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a card of good fortune. You see someone who is doing well in the material realm. Then I get Judgment, and this is a card that represents someone who is receiving what they have been working towards. And then finally, I get Past. And this card counsels us not to get caught up in the patterns of the past. Don't repeat what brought you to this situation. So, one more card. And here I've got the Nine of Lamps. And with the Nine of Lamps, of course, lamps are around your spirituality. And nine is talking about working on learning and growing and reaching a very high point there. So I'm going to say focus on your spirituality, let go of the past, but overall, I do see things improving for you soon.
So the first card I have, Renee, is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups says that with every good choice, there are bad choices. So this is to say it's not about luck. It's about thinking through your choices before you make them, which is very important. The second card I pulled is the Eight of Cups, which in succession is also about, you know, deeper purpose, that everything has a purpose, including sometimes of bad luck. So I would say, you may feel right now that you've had some bad luck this week, but I would say overall that things will work out in the future as long as you are taking note of the lessons learned or things that you could have changed, so that those things don't happen again. And then the third card I pulled is the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands is about action and about, duty, responsibility, and obligation. So I would say this week to focus on how things could have gone differently, or how you can make sure that maybe the mistakes made this week don't go into the next week, and going really into it fresh and new.
So I hope you find that helpful. Thank you, Abby. Okay. You are welcome, Renee. Okay, last call for readings before we say goodnight.
Am I with you next week, or is Lord Don with you?
What is next week?
The week after this one.
Cute. I will get back to you on that.
No worries.
And Abby has asked for a reading.
Oh. I think that would bring us to the end.
And yeah, Abby will bring us to the end.
All right. Whose turn is it to go first?
Yours.
Okay. So, Abby, the first card I have is the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups is about, being distracted, needing to take time for yourself, sort of being selfish, but in a self care kind of way. The next card that I pulled is also about that, which is the Hermit, needing to take some time for yourself, um, recenter, reground, finding some meaning for yourself. And then the third card I pulled is the Star, which is to say that this time of resetting and regrounding for yourself is going to help put things into perspective for that bigger goal that you're set for yourself this year. So it's very important. Do not feel guilty about needing to take some me time. Take the time so that you can, do the things you want to do and feel fully recharged. Rest is important.
Okay. So the first card I've got for you is the Princess of Cups. Now, the princesses represent earth, cups are water, and cups are also our emotion. So, when the Princess of Cups comes up, she's talking about how earth can hold water in stasis. You tend to hold back on expressing your emotions and hold in what you're feeling. Stop it. Work more on expressing yourself. And then I've got strength. And I don't think you know your own strength, but your strength is equal to or greater than the situation you are dealing with. And finally, I've got the Prince of Wands. So, wands are fire, but princes are air. So, in your current situation, there's a lot of energy, but it's very unfocused. You're going to have to bring more energy into focus to move forward. So express yourself, know your own strength, and focus is the message I've got for you. Hi, Francesca. Thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, we are about to say our good nights, but I hope you'll join us again next week for Tarot Thursday. And Abby, I'm glad that was helpful. Bryan, thank you so much for joining me.
Yep.
Want to remind everyone again, please vote for Magic TV and Journey to the Parliament at the Witchcraft and Occult Media Awards. And thank you again for joining us. Blessed be everyone.